Welcome everybody, it's Eric Day from Trubody, and I am bringing you guys the 10 P's of Trubody Fitness. These 10 P's are really important to me. Um, these P's are things to live by. These P's are things to come back to and to really reflect upon every time you're not really sure where to go. These 10 P's, although not exhaustive, in the sense of what you can live up to, but they're just good guidelines to have in order to know, kind of get back on track with who you are and where you're going, and some good principles to live by. So without further ado, let's jump into the 10 P's of True Body Fitness. What I really am looking for you guys to get out of this is just having a bit more of an idea of being like, oh, like using these types of values to guide you to a healthier you, to to your goals, and just kind of maybe give you guys a little bit of insight on what needs to get done in order to potentially to succeed. Now, success comes in many different roads and many different forms, and everyone learns differently. So these guys are not set in stone. These are just some of the ones that I've found to be very helpful. And I'm not saying I'm perfect in these, but I am saying that I do look back and I reflect on them and I use them as tools to develop my game plan. So let's do this. Here are the 10 P's, and I'm going to talk a little bit about each one, and I won't go into crazy detail, but I will make you understand that these are all very important to me. Positivity, purpose, plan, prioritize, perfect practice, persevere, passion, protein, principles in play. The 10 P's of True Body. Let's jump into each one and why I feel they are very important to be successful and how they can help guide you to a happier and more successful life. So number one is positivity. If any one of you guys knows me, I'm very much a positive thinker. I'm going to say 95% of the time I'm positive. Don't get me wrong, I have some self-limiting beliefs that I'm working on, and I am definitely working on them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But I'm a positive guy because, you know what, as it says here, think positive, be positive, and positive things will happen. And not only that, you'll surround yourself with great people as well. I know it can be kind of hard, but it's very important to look back and or not even look back, but create some awareness in your life to how positive you actually are, with your peers, in relationships that you have at work, just connecting with people on a daily basis. Maybe the girl across the counter at the coffee shop. Are you influencing her in a positive manner? All these sorts of things are very important. And positivity, if consistent, will build an amazing servo mechanism for your brain to capitalize on in times of despair. So what that basically means is, guys, if you're always thinking positive and you're doing positive things and you're sharing positivity, eventually your subconscious mind will just gravitate towards more positive endings. And therefore, when you're in times of despair or hard times, it's very hard to think negatively because it's not something that you naturally do. And I also say here, no one likes to talk with negative people. It drains us. It kills me when I start talking with someone negative. And to be honest with you guys, it starts to rub off on me. And the moment I see that, I really take a step back and I make sure that I'm not spending as much time with that person, just because I don't want to become negative. That's number one. Number two, purpose. Why do you exist? And I know that's a really big question, and we don't really have to. You don't really have to dive into that as much, but I think it is important. But what you need to say is, what is the purpose of me working out? What is the purpose of me going to the gym? What is the purpose of me eating right? What is the purpose of me going to True Body Fitness? All these things. This is what you really need, that purpose to give you inspiration and empowerment to keep going, that no matter what happens. It's kind of like the why behind why you're still grinding while others are sleeping. It's the reason why you stay up late at night. It's the reason why you get up early in the morning. It's the reason why when you're tired and you don't feel like going to train, you do go and train. It's the feeling when you don't really want to push it hard today, but you know what? Because of your purpose, you need to progress and you do what you have to do. And purpose stands for the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. You know, this is just something that you must hold on to, and a lot of it, our purpose is in our mind. If we have such a strong enough of a why and that mental picture in our head, it keeps us going. For most people, their purpose is their children in many different ways. For some of it's their own self-confidence, their ability to move forward in life, and so on and so forth. So guys, having a purpose is very important. Next up is plan. Without a plan, we are shooting at a target with our eyes closed, guys. And I put this picture up of a house design because, like, man, if you wanted to build a house and you wanted this house to be, a great house, and you had the design in your head and it looks really good in your head. Now what you've got to do is you actually got to put it down on paper. And as you can see, guys, it's not it's not a pretty picture, and this probably took a long time to make. But guess what? Having that plan is going to serve as an amazing tool to make sure that you get what you are basically you see in your brain. And without a plan, guys, you're really you're not going to get what you want as fast and as confidently as if you do have a plan. Planning is crucial. I really can't express that enough. And I'm really working on this one big time. This was a big one for me, planning, because I tend to not plan as much, and I tend to just wing it, which is okay sometimes, but it'll catch up to you, especially on the bigger goals that you have. Prioritize. Huge one. If you don't get your priorities straight, your life and goals will be severely compromised. You guys, you'll be running around in circles and circles and circles trying to figure out what the meaning of your life is and trying to understand what comes first. An old saying is, the main goal is to keep the main goal the main goal. And the priority is to prioritize your priority. It's one of those things where it's just keeping focus. And Gandhi says here, action expresses your priorities, because a lot of people tell me what their priorities are, yet if I ask them what they do on a daily basis, or I see what they're doing, and I don't really see those two things matching up very well. So you've got to really look at your life and say, like, guys, what is my priority, and am I creating action steps in my day to day to actually say, yes, that is my priority. If exercise is a priority to you and getting healthier and being in shape, if you know that that's a priority to you, I would just like to sit. I wouldn't, yes, I understand you're saying that to me, but what's most important is what does your day to day look like? I was tired that day, or I had a really late night, and blah 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 blah, and then end up looking at your schedule, and it's very inconsistent with being active. So guys, it's very important that you really prioritize what's most important in your life and make sure that it is built into your day. Perfect practice. This one probably one of the biggest ones for me, and one of the reasons why I'm so anal about form. But without perfect practice, you'll never become a master at anything. You hear a lot of times people practicing one thing over and over and over and over and over again, or a couple things over and over and over again, because that's really how you develop mastery. And I love this Bruce Lee quote because it really does, make sense. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. And that is so true in so many cases. And I guarantee you that guy has perfected that one kick. And he is going to be so fast and so good at that one kick that one kick is probably all that he needs to beat his opponent. Because when you're so good at one thing, people can't react fast enough with that one kick. So a pretty good way to think. And when you're in the gym and you're practicing push-ups, you're practicing squats, whatever it is you're practicing, guys, are you practicing it to the best of your ability? Are you doing that one squat 10,000 times and getting so good at it that you don't even have to think about it? It's something you do automatically. That's something very, very, very important at Trubody Fitness. Persevere. When life turns you upside down, you hang on and outlast the pain and hopelessness and despair. Fear and doubt's worst enemy is the one that can outlast it. So, guys, persevere is different than persistence. I find persistence to be something that's just below persevere. Persevere is like when you are going through hell and everything's telling you to stop and give up, but you just keep going. And I'm telling you right now, I've seen a lot of people create some amazing things through the perseverance of their goals and their dreams. and it's been really cool to see that. And I do firmly believe that persevere, guys. If you're going through a really hard time right now and you're having a hard time keeping exercise as a priority and keeping healthy eating as a something that you are and something that you do, I'm just gonna say, you know what, quit tomorrow, keep going for today, because it's perseverance today. It's just a feeling that you guys are feeling. It will go away. And I always like the quote too. This is just a moment in your life. It is not just your life. So just realize that if you're going through hell right now, it's just a mere moment. It will pass, and you just have to outlast that. And if you can do that, guys, oh man, you're not only going to build yourself more self-confidence, but you're going to achieve a lot more things in life. Promise you that. Passion. And this is a different word of passion. Most people think passion is something that you love and you go out there and find your passion. But the more and more I've been learning about passion, the more and more I've been kind of understanding that passion is more of the exception and not the rule. And a lot of people don't really know their passion, for what people think passion means. But I would like for you to think of passion as this: be not afraid of heartbreak. The root of the word passion means to suffer, and all masters suffer. So my thing is what are you willing to suffer through? That's kind of what passion means to me, and it's kind of whole the persevere thing. Guys, if you can't have enough passion to outlast some of these things, some of the biggest things that life's going to throw at you, if you can't see yourself getting through that in a healthy way and continuing to exercise and continuing to keep yourself first to make sure that you're healthy so that you can take care of others and you take care of yourself and you can feel happier, then like if you can do that and you can get over that hump and you can understand that you're willing to suffer through those times a little bit, I'm telling you right now, it will be one of the most important factors and values that you have in your success to achieving the things that you want to achieve. Next up is protein, the most important macronutrient. Protein equals more muscle. Protein equals a leaner you. Protein equals better cellular function. Protein equals easy way to feel full. And protein equals more calories burned. Guys, the truth of the matter is protein is king. I'm sorry, but this is one of the most important macronutrients. And if there is one thing that I find women more so, but also men, tend to struggle with is getting their protein in. So at Trubody Fitness, we really emphasize the importance of protein, and I need you to really, really, really understand this because it is literally the foundation of you gaining muscle and you becoming better and everything like that. So guys, if you are new at Trubody Fitness and you're watching this, or if you're not new and you aren't getting in your protein every day, a good starting goal, if you haven't talked to me, is 1 gram per pound of body weight. It's a great place to start for men. For women, I would say about 0.8 grams per pound of body weight would maybe be a good idea as well. If you're very, very new to exercise, I'd say about 0.6 grams of protein or 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight, just because you may not have as much lean muscle mass. But protein, 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 baby. Principles, principles, principles. Following your inner compass. This is so huge, guys. So what do you stand for? What do you feel so strongly about that you're willing to die for it? And what do you believe in? These are all hugely important things that you need to understand. And if you don't know them right now, that's okay. And some of the P's that we're listing out today are your principles, or could be some of your principles as to what you stand for. But the more you can understand principles and you can live by them, you can get a lot more things accomplished rather than going by how you feel. For example, one that really sticks with me is, listen to a man who is diligent in what he does, for he will stand before kings and not mean men. And what that means is that's a principle, and I think it's from the Bible or something like that. But I'm not religious in any sense, but I do believe that if you follow consistently your work and in your grind and every day on something that you do and you're passionate, I use the word passion, but maybe something that makes you feel like you're getting things accomplished and you're getting better at it and people are recognizing you for it. If you stick with that for the rest of your life, like you will stand before kings, like you will be somebody great. It comes back to that whole perfect practice. It's the person that's doing one kick 10,000 times. He's focusing and honing his craft. So what are your principles? in life, guys? What is something that you stand for that, when everyone else is, going to grab the ice cream, you're not, because your principal is saying, I do not deserve ice cream there because I did not do anything to deserve it. Principles are everything. Maybe writing down some of your own inner principles will guide you in your life. And like, guys, really truthfully understand that every time you take a step in life, what is guiding that step, or are you just walking aimlessly? This is something I learned, and I really, really, really take full heart in it because I know how important it is, and I know how much it can change your life. Oh no, where'd it go? Where did play go? Oh, play's not there. Well, the last one is play, and play is one of the most important ones because this allows us, guys, to use our creative imagination. It allows us to expand our horizons. It allows us to see things outside of the box. Sometimes we're so stuck in the box because of some, because of the rules in life. And I want you to just explore. Go to the gym and do whatever you want. Do what feels cool. Do whatever you care to do. Experiment with things. Go play with your friends. It doesn't even matter what it is. Go, jump around and move around and do fun things, because playing is one of the things that as children we do all the time. Yet when we grow up, we feel like it's playtime's over. And I'm a huge believer in play. I love playing. I love climbing trees. I love creating things in my brain and imagination. And it just takes you off in places that you don't want to ever go away from. And you can come out of play with some really good insights on life, but also a way to calm your brain and calm yourself, especially if you're a busy person. So guys, there you have it, the 10 P's of Trubody Fitness. And that is positivity, purpose, plan, prioritize, perfect practice, persevere, passion, protein, principles, and play. If you guys like this video, share it with somebody. But I will tell you right now, these 10 P's are important and are huge aspects of Trubody Fitness. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you got some stuff out of that. Peace.